So we're beginning this video with the main comparison. The Detroit-Windsor tunnel bus is historically the only public transit between the cities. Once half-hourly and $10 in either currency, it's now operated privately by a company that runs it every 2 hours, and the cost is $17.50 USD and increasing. Today, not terribly unusually, this run was a half-hour late.
Actually not the only people this time. Last time I was on this thing, the price went up from $50 USD to $17.50, and I think they're slowly increasing it to $19. Sadly, yes, it's a monopoly, but it is no longer the only way between Detroit and Windsor on public transit without bringing your car. We're going to demonstrate the other way today. And now the video can actually start. Hello, welcome. We're going to go from Windsor to Detroit, the cheapest possible way, without a car. Famously, of course, the only Canadian destination to be featured on Jetlag the Game for some reason. So far, anyway.
The Gordie Howe Bridge recently opened, making for the only pedestrian-accessible border crossing in Michigan, apart from the remote Walpole Island Ferry, so this transit trip is possible during the open season of the multi-use bridge path, which is generally most of autumn and spring and all of summer. We begin our trip with a $3.95 Canadian dollar crosstown bus from downtown-ish Windsor that comes every 10 minutes during the day.
No secret that the new route involves going to the new bridge. The new bridge is, as I said once, way out west. And there's two buses that can take us there. There's two and the 1C. They don't go all the way there, so we're going to have quite a walk. But the ride itself is about 20 to 25 minutes.
Thank you!
Okay, so we didn't go the whole way, but the bridge is going to be a little bit closer from here, probably. Usually the Canadian transit systems are very extensive as far as they reach out from the city, and I'm surprised that they've not really done anything to better serve the areas where, you know, people work, like these transit deserts really out here. So it's kind of strange that we have to walk all the way over here. There's a Taco Bell trail. I'm kidding. It is cool to see a lot of people cycling this way. Obviously, this is like one of the new connections to the trail network, as you would have seen on that map. That is the gate thing where you get onto the bridge, but we have to go around to those buildings. So look at this art, or I guess these are examples of infrastructural components that go into the bridge. It kind of reminds me of, you know, that movie Arrival or whatever, like the communicating language that the alien species uses. Oh, did someone mess something up here? Why is it vers les États-Unis? Maybe something was said before by someone who didn't have a very good French. That originally said "oh," so vers aux États-Unis, which is not correct French.
Or is that wrong too? Shouldn't be vers le Canada?
No return. Oh, I didn't realize we were entering the real Canadian superstore. Trucks and cars get to go 60, but we have to only go 20? That's discrimination. They tried. I don't think that's happening anyway. Windsor is just South Detroit. As far as I'm concerned, Detroit is North Windsor. But it is absolutely surreal to actually be here, because I grew up in Metro Detroit with news of this bridge always being on the way. And despite everything, it's here now, dire as the circumstances may be between the two countries, and it's unfortunate that it had to happen this way at this time, but I literally spent so much of my life looking up to this infrastructure project being delivered, and you know what, I'm on Canada's side. It's Canada's bridges for their economic benefit. Long-standing trade war, obviously, between the two countries. This is just the latest chapter in it, and maybe it's a breaking point. So, it's the shadow of the bridge. Size of this expansion joint. It can shrink and contract the whole way that you see here. Almost made it down from the bridge, which of course is free if you are walking or cycling. Then we have about another 25-minute walk to a bus that's going to pick us up right at that time. Obviously your mileage will vary because the bus we're catching every 45 minutes during the middle of the day, which is suboptimal. A little funny, I got haggled more by my own country's customs than I did from Canadian customs. It's usually the other way around. The Livernois bus is supposed to be on this road, but it's not stopping at any of these stops because they've been removed. So we're going to a 4th Street bus, which is another 20 minutes from here. Long day, but we'll get there. Remember the B1M video about this place? Or that place? As always, if you want more from the definitive video channel for construction, make sure you subscribe to the B1M. That guy's been getting on my nerves lately, but he's buff, so who can tell? As part of the reconstruction around here, the I-75 reconstruction project introduced a lot more pedestrian bridges too, or at least a few more. Final stopping point of our walk. Now, of course, we did walk like a fair bit out of the way a little bit. Took stops a lot of times to get pictures and stuff, but that is exactly 1 hour and 55 minutes of walking. That's obviously not particularly doable if you have like a suitcases and stuff, but if you're just traveling with a backpack, that could legitimately be your final trip across the border. If it's a nice day like this, it's not always going to be like this, but yeah, if you're like arriving by train in Windsor, let's take that crosstown bus all the way, walk it, and then get whatever bus is over here, and you're saving so much money. No one is ever going to do this, are they?